Today we're going to talk about fasteners. We're going to start with the two most common type of fasteners, the Phillips and the flathead or slot fastener. The Phillips is the most common, most useful, but it's not necessarily the best. When you get into the fine woodworking and in your local hardware store, you're going to see a lot of other options like the Star, which is actually called the Torx, and the square bit known as the Robertson bit. So when it comes to Robertson bits, a lot of the screws will accept a Phillips head or Robertson bit, which makes them more ideal if you can't find your bit. What we like about the Robertson and the slot is that the bit actually inserts into the screw head and doesn't slide out, so you can get a lot more torque. When you're picking fasteners, you also need to know the anatomy of your fastener. If you're getting a fastener that's going to pull two pieces together, you want to be aware of the neck length and the type of thread you have. These are wood screws. You see a nice thick thread and then a nice long neck because you don't want the piece of wood you're trying to fasten to get stuck on the neck. And I'll demonstrate that also. But the thread can actually hold the two pieces you're trying to fasten together. It can hold them apart. As far as screw head types go, there's only two that really matter to us: the countersunk and the pan. You see the pan is flat on the bottom. Countersunk has the V shape that matches the countersink bits we talked about in our last segment. So the example I have here for you, which we do a lot, is say you want to fasten two pieces of wood together with your fastener. I've got a Torx screw here with the countersink head and the countersink piece of wood. So say I'm going to fasten this piece of wood to this other piece of wood.
Now you can work right there and you get it. So I'm
See, the clutch kicked in right as the screw bottomed out, but there's a gap. So why didn't this pull in all the way? This is an example of the threads holding the two pieces of wood apart because there's threading still inside of the wood. Is this a screws a bad? Oh no, it's a okay example. If your screw is too short, your thread's too long, there's still threading inside of this wood holding these two pieces apart from each other. So the only way to fix this is to back it out bring those pieces together and then drive it in again. However, there's a better way which is if you are able to get a screw with a neck length that is longer than the piece of wood you're going to fasten, is one way to do it. So now, if I drive this in, it can actually be like as far as you want from the other piece you're trying to fasten. And the only thing that will happen is this screw is just going to slide through this piece of wood until it's pulled tight against the next piece of wood.
And it clamps.
And it clamps.
Cool.
Another option would be to drill the hole out bigger on the piece of wood you're trying to bring in so that the threads don't catch it.
And you can say cut.
Cut.